Hello everyone, this is Tania. Okay, so today we will start from our very basic nursing, that is our vital signs that we have already started in our first year fundamental nursing. Okay, so let's start this. So vital signs, that is also known as the cardinal sign. Okay, so why it is known as cardinal sign? Because the vital parameters, that are temperature, pulse, respiration and BP, that is maintained by or controlled by the vitals organ, like our heart, lungs, liver, etc. And the pain is considered as a fifth vital signs. And there sometime a question come that in any emergency condition, the pupillary dilation is considered as the fifth vital signs. So remember that in emergency condition, the pupillary dilation is considered as the fifth vital signs. Okay. Now the next, that is we will discuss about the normal range of all the vitals parameter. Okay. So first, that is temperature. So what is the normal range of temperature? In case of children, it is from the range that is 36.5 degrees centigrade to 37.5 degrees centigrade. Okay, and in case of normal adult, the temperature that is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. So up to this, do you have any doubt? No, I think. Okay. Now, what is the temperature regulation center in our body? The temperature regulation center is hypothalamus. We all know that hypothalamus is the that is the temperature regulation center in our body. Now the anterior hypothalamus that regulate the heat loss, and the posterior hypothalamus that regulate the heat production. Okay, so the temperature is the balance between the heat production or thermogenesis and the heat loss or the thermolysis. Now coming to the next part, that is the temperature pulse. Now what is the normal range of pulse? So what is the normal range? That is, we all know, 72 beats per minute, and the range that is 60 to 100 beats per minute. We will discuss about the all abnormalities of pulse in later on. Pulse. Now the respiration. So in adult, the respiratory rate that is 12 to 20 beats per minute, and in case of children, that is from 0 to 2 months, the respiratory rate is less than 60 beats per minute, and from 2 months to 12 months, the 2 month to 12 month, it is less than 50 beats per minute. Breaths, breaths, breaths per minute, and from 12 month to 59 month, or the 5 years, up to 5 years of age. Okay, the respiratory rate should be less than 40 breaths per minute. That is the normal value according to the IMNCI guideline. TPR. Now the BP. So what is the normal range of BP? We all know that is 120 by 80 mm of Hg. So the systolic BP that is 120, and the diastolic BP that is 80 mm of Hg. Okay, now later on we will do some MCQ, and simultaneously we will do the next study. Okay, So tell me, what is the fifth vital signs? We study this, that is pain. Now the second question, that a client brought to the emergency with a complaint of abdominal pain. The nurse Linda recorded the vital sign of the client. What phase of nursing process is done by the nurse here? So in this scenario, we can see that the nurse recorded the vital signs. So this is the assessment, only assessment. After assessment, the nurse will diagnose the case, then plan, then implementation. Okay. Now the third question, that is, you have measured the body temperature of your assigned patient and found that the patient is febrile. So you have instructed that the patient that you may lose body heat through perspiration, and the patient then asks the nurse about the mechanism of heat loss. So what will be the mechanism of heat loss? Okay. So in this scenario, we can say that we have to know what are the method of heat loss. There are four methods we all know: conduction, convection, evaporation and radiation. These are the four methods. Now what is conduction? Conduction means that when an object loses temperature with a contact with an other object. Contact mean টাচে থাকা, ওকে, মানে কোনো একটা অবজেক্ট আরেকটা অবজেক্টের টাচে যখন তার হিট লস করছে, দ্যাট ইজ দ্য প্রসেস অফ কন্ডাকশন। অ্যান্ড convection, that is when an object loses its temperature for the surrounding environment, that is the convection. And evaporation means evaporate হয়ে যাওয়া, that is the evaporation. And radiation, so in this, the body loses heat through perspiration. So the method, that is the evaporation, means the sweating that evaporate. So by this method, the heat will be lost. Now the next question, come to the next question. Fourth question. The nurse measured the temperature of a child as 38.2 degrees centigrade. What will be his temperature in Fahrenheit? Do this math. Okay. So we all know that the formula, right? Degree Fahrenheit equal to degree centigrade into 9/5 plus 32, okay. So degree centigrade কত এখানে 38.2 degree centigrade into 9/5 plus 32. So so what will be the answer? Do it. 38 into 9. So do it with calculator or anything. So what will be the right answer? The right answer will be 100.7 degree Fahrenheit. Okay. Now the next question. What is the thermometer of this called? So what are the so we check our temperature by thermometer. So what are the thermometers? First, that is the manual thermometer or clinical thermometer. Then the digital thermometer. There is electronic thermometer. Then there are the disposable thermometer, tympanic thermometer, and the non-contact infrared thermometer. So what is this thermometer called? This is the non-contact infrared thermo this is the non-contact infrared thermometer. Okay, now the next, what is this thermometer? This is the tympanic thermometer, and this is a picture of a disposable thermometer. Now, which method of temperature checking give the core body temperature? So, what is the core body temperature? Which method? So, we all know there are various method of temperature checking. One is the axillary method, oral method, rectal method, tympanic method. Okay. So, the surface, some of them give surface temperature and some of them give the core body temperature. So, surface temperature we get by axillary temperature, and core temperature we get by rectal method. Then the tympanic method, or when we check temperature in the tympanic membrane. So, from we get that answer that this is a rectal temperature. But rectal temperature is contraindicated in anal fissure or in hemorrhoids. In that cases, rectal temperature is contraindicated, and it is sometimes it is injurious because to check the temperature in the rectal area. Okay, so up to this we have discussed about the surface temperature, what are the surface temperature, what is the core temperature, how we will check the body temperature, like the sites of body temperature and the methods of temperature checking, like what are the different types of thermometer. And then we have already discussed the temperature, the heat loss mechanism, right? So in the next class we will discuss about the we will do MCQ about the abnormality of the temperature, right? Okay, thank you everyone.